Hi, welcome to the channel, or welcome back. Hopefully you're returning. I love returning people. Today we're going to do the final modification, hopefully. Sorry, I got distracted by my shop dog. Let me show you what. Yeah, I've got my emergency toolkit here because I'm working indoors. I didn't feel like dragging in my rollaway. Anyway, there's the other shop dog, Buddy. The first one was Molly, if I didn't say anything. There is the distributor on my 1972 Corvette. Now, originally it was points, and on another video, I converted it over to electronic with a Pertronix kit. And I've also gone and set the end play on the distributor. And today, I'm going to be changing the ignition curve. And the reason you want to do that is you want to give a chance for the flame to go through the combustion chamber, and you want it a few degrees before the piston is at the very top. And the reason you want that is by the time the flame has fully gone through and exploded. The reason that you want to adjust your ignition curve is to have the timing come in a little bit quicker. And the factory doesn't do that for emissions reasons or to safeguard if you've got a driver who doesn't quite know how to drive correctly. They don't want the car to get into pre-detonation. So doing this, of course, I'll be running premium fuel, and I will be, here's another view, I will be also keeping an ear out for any pre-detonation and adjusting as needed. But today we're going to use kit, see if I can read it, 927G for Mr. Gasket. And you see it says Advanced Curve Kit GM. This is for all points distributors. Even though this is no longer points, it's not a factory electronic ignition. It's a factory points. So make sure when you're ordering that, you order the correct one. The right angle. But, okay. All right. Somebody might want to know, why am I modifying this? Why don't I just get a newer MSD or any of the other excellent aftermarket? Couple of reasons. I don't like to waste things, so this would be put into the bin pile. Don't want to do that. And also the second reason is, as you can see, this has a tach drive, and the 72 Corvettes, I think 74 or 74, 75, I can't remember, they switched over to electronic, and this went away. But I've never driven a car or owned a car with a mechanical tach drive, so I want to try it out. If I do switch it over at a later date, I'll make a video of that, but right now I don't have any plans. Okay, so right now we're going to do some disassembly. And so much for my eagle eye. There we go. And this is not how the factory has it set up, but this is how Pertronix has you set it up. So that's the reason for this. If you open up a factory one, you'll have screws holding that in. Okay, this comes off and it exposes underneath here. Full disclosure, I had modified this before, and I'm not happy with the kit, so I'm changing it and going to a Mr. Gasket that I've used before. That's why things look so clean and shiny, and sharp-eyed people might notice that. So I'm not going to name the kit because I don't want to bash anybody, but I have full confidence that this Muros Mr. Gasket kit will be better than the other one. Anyway, might fast forward a little bit. I'm going to open this up. I don't want to take too much apart because it's easy to mess things up. That's why I brought the knife. Try using the tool that you brought. Okay, let's take a look at the instructions real quick. And then remove the stock advance weights, remove factory bushing, if any. Okay. Okay, that's what I was wondering. All right, and the instructions give you some pretty good advice, and they tell you what the springs are. The light one is the black, the medium is the silver, and the heavy is the gold. And it does recommend to be checked by a distributor machine. You really don't need to do that. You can, if you've got a indexed balancer, which means it's got all the degrees on the balancer, or a good timing tape will also work. I've used both. And essentially your engine will be the distributor machine. But we're not going to be doing that today because the car isn't running. I will be doing that at a later date and show you how to get that dialed in. But for now, we're just going to do the modification part. We're not going to be doing the tuning part. All right, the main thing I will tell you I had trouble with the last kit was this bushing. And I'll show you here in just a minute where it goes. If I can get it out of there. Thought I had it. Okay. This bushing here goes into a pin that is hard to see, but it's located underneath the advance plate. And I don't know if that's able to show up. I'm going to shine a light on it. Let's see if that helps. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. We'll see what we can do in editing to zoom in on that. But I'm going to pull the bushing off with a pair of pliers here, and I'll show it to you. And I'm trying not to damage it in case for some reason this kit doesn't work. But I've used these kits before and it's been all right. All right, there's the bushing. It goes onto a pin, and it's nylon. So the one that's replacing it is brass, and it's also a little thicker. It's probably hard to see with that, but what this does is this limits your advance total, because you can actually have too much timing. And what this does, once you drop it a few times, is once you install it, it goes and limits the total advance so that you don't start having problems with your engine getting damaged. But, all right. I know this is a horrible angle, and I'm having a little stressful time, but we'll probably speed this up in editing. Okay, so I'm going to let gravity do my job for me. See if I can press that on with my fingers. If not, I have a few other options. Okay. Use a pair of small water pump pliers. Or channel locks is what some people call. And we'll see if I can press that on. And it is brass, so you do want to do it gently. Okay. It seems to be going on. I'll try one more thing. And you want it to go on straight. Be patient with this. That's why I take video, folks. Okay, so we're going to take, and the bushing is having a little trouble going on, which I kind of anticipated might happen. And what I'm going to do is use a small C clamp and try and get that to press on straight. Because it goes right over the pin. Let's pull that back, check it out before we go too far. Looks like it's working. All right. By the way, the instructions say to do this with a pair of pliers like I was trying, but it was going on a little crooked. And I was getting a little nervous. Because I'll be honest, the other kit, this is where I had problems. So we're making sure that it's going on correctly. And it seems to be, but it's bound up just a little bit. So I'm going to see if I can unbind that. Yeah, it's okay. There we go. I'll try to explain what I'm doing, but this pin here, it's supposed to go back and forth, and it was binding up to where the pin wasn't moving back and forth, so I had to free it up with the hammer a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and press that on again. I think I've got it in the middle of the slot. Yes, I do. Felt like it went in. Moves free. And I'm going to press it one last time to make sure it goes on. And I think I can use the pliers this time. And that's bottomed out. And it's on there securely. Okay. Yeah, that was why I had the stock bushing in the other iteration of this, because the bushing on the other one disintegrated trying to press it in. And that's why I won't be using that one again. So anyway, got this one. I think this is the way it goes. Hold on, I have to yell at my dogs. No. Okay, because what happens is this turns clockwise, and as the RPM increases, okay, just a real quick demonstration. As this distributor will turn clockwise, and as it advances, the centrifugal force forces the weight out, and it causes the, just making sure it's freed up. Okay, causes the plate to move. Doesn't need to move very much. And then once it goes back to idle or lower RPMs, and once it returns down to lower RPMs or even idle, the weights go back. And okay, didn't want to show you with me fumbling around, but anyway, here it's assembled again. And how it works is this distributor turns clockwise. So as it turns, you can see the weights go out. Centrifugal force does that. Here, I'll do it that way. And you could see how the plate is moving underneath. That advances your timing. And why would you want to have your timing advanced? Well, it takes a while for the flame. Pretend this is your combustion chamber. It's round, semi. The flame takes a while from the spark plug to go over here and have everything burned, and that's what makes your power. Well, it takes a few bits of time to have that happen, and you want maximum power when the piston is at top dead center and getting slammed back down to make your power stroke. So you want the ignition to come in a little faster, and that'll tend to make more power and better fuel economy too. But that's why we have that limiting bushing I put on, keeps it from overextending and putting in too much timing. It is possible to have that happen. Normally, with old school combustion chambers, you want anywhere from 36 to even as high as 44 degrees of timing. If you've got one of the newer, more efficient combustion chambers, you can go as low as 32 degrees and that's your max power. But everyone's different. That's how you test things. So anyway, that's it all assembled, and we're not going to be able to test it obviously until the car is running, and when I do that, I will definitely make a video for you. And hopefully you made it this long. Thank you for watching, if you have. And hopefully I was clear. If I wasn't, please ask, comment. I'd love to talk to you guys if I can help you out. And I appreciate you coming along with this journey. Again, tell anybody you can, any way that you can. I really appreciate it, and look forward to talking to you again.